Right. Thank you for joining me tonight. Let us pray.
onye nwe m na Chineke nna nke igwe biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gocha wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ ụtọ na-eji ama mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere ipob ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi si gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwanyị akpụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụ ikonye ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkọ ha nsọ gị na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere eke mana nwe onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị mmadụ ebi ka a na-arịọ gị ise
thank you Daddy, thank you onye ndu, thank you our leader Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Chineke gọzie gị, ị ga-adịrịrị anyị. You will live for us. Chukwu ka abịa ma pụrụ ime ihe niile. Ise. Men and brethren, I greet you all. My name is Raphael Chiamaka Ajere. By the grace of Chukwu ka abịa ma pụrụ ime ihe niile, the acting minister of information, Biafra Republic government in exile. I greet you all and I bring you good tidings. Is it not wonderful that before our very eyes, while we are watching, events are unfolding, and the Zoological Republic of Animal Kingdom, the Caliphate empire of the British, is collapsing right before our eyes, and there is no mepatarism. There is no possibility of helping to fix it. There's no way it cannot be fixed. Everything is falling right before us, like a pack of cards. Now I am busy, okay? You want to drink water? Yeah, come. Like a pack of cards. It is happening. I want to play so many videos tonight. Remember, we still have a video we have not finished analyzing. Before we play that video and hopefully conclude with that, I want to bring a testimony of a young girl that survived the Chibok girls' kidnap. Why am I bringing this particular testimony from these Chibok girls? Because a little girl like that knows very well to call the Boko Haram terrorists. Boko Haram terrorists. But the Sultan of Sokoto does not consider Boko Haram to be terrorists. But a little girl who was a victim of Boko Haram knows very well to call them Fulani terrorists. I am going to bring that. I want that to be my first video tonight. And then we'll go from there. There are so many updates, so many. I am telling you, those that were defending Nigeria before, I am telling you, if you try to defend Nigeria with what is happening in Nigeria now, only you, shame no go let you come out to defend Nigeria anymore. Those that were defending Nigeria before, you know, the events of these last weeks, after the shambolic, wicked, hatred, conviction of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the zoo have deteriorated in the last 1 week to the extent that even the friends of Nigeria can no longer defend Nigeria anymore. Some of the Emiloko family members, they can no longer defend Nigeria anymore. Some of the useless Efulefu Igbo people like Zach Oji, and all those shameless people that collected money from Tinubu, people like Yole Dochie, I am still looking for them to come and defend Nigeria or defend Tinubu. They can't. Especially with the way Bayo Onanuga came openly to disgrace Nigeria. I am telling you, only disgrace will be the portion of Nigeria going forward. Anybody that will try to defend Nigeria, that person will suffer humiliation and disgrace. Because Nigeria have destroyed very innocent people, honorable people. It has made the life of people so useless that there is nobody that will have any reason whatsoever to defend Nigeria. Even though that will be defending Nigeria, when they come out now to defend Nigeria, the people that used to look at them as human beings before, when they see them, they will just be looking at them. They will say, when you finish promoting Nigeria, come down. They will ask you one or two questions. So, the evidence of the corruption in Nigeria will be so pronounced that even a little baby will look at Nigeria and spit on the face of Nigeria. Just 2 or 3 days ago, a young pastor in Nasarawa State, he was about to host a crusade. Terrorists came and attacked that area, and the whole crusade ground was scattered. The young man was videoing the whole event as people were running away for their lives. After he videoed it and reported it, the next day, police went and arrested the pastor. Yes, a pastor that witnessed an eyewitness account, live and direct, as he was recording it. I am telling you, police went and arrested the pastor. These are the same police people that know where the terrorists are, that know the hideout of the terrorists, that if the terrorists, all the people that the terrorists kidnapped there, if the pressure mounts on them for the release, these same police people know where those terrorists are to go and settle them and bring the kidnapped victims. But someone who is reporting that these terrorists are in the neighborhood, he's the one that the police went to arrest. Tell me, how can you defend Nigeria? There's one guy I know very well. All of us, we know him. That guy that will always say, P-Man Company. P-Man Company. He's always in his car. I've forgotten that his name. P-Man Company. P-Man Company that sell receipts. That guy, he's always praising Tinubu. He will tell you that Tinubu is doing well. The governors are not doing well. I saw a video of him day before yesterday. He was crying. He said, Nigeria have happened to me. I've forgotten the name of that guy. Those of you that know him, you can write his name on the comment section. There's one guy that he will always sit down inside his car. He will say, P-Man Company. That is always selling receipts. Because the guy knows how to expose all these fake real estate companies. The guy, I saw him inside his car day before yesterday. He was crying. He said, Nigeria have happened to me because they kidnapped his uncle. Aguma, is it Aguma? I don't think that is his name. Aguma, okay. But if the name that he is well known with, if you write his name, I will tell you. He's always inside car. There was the time they arrested him recently, and everybody was. I think his name is Smart. I think is it Smart Aguma? Maybe it's Aguma is the second name, but the popular name that is known by. You know, the guy said, Nigeria have happened to me. Do you know the level we are now is the point whereby anybody that says anything good about Nigeria, just give them a few days. Then, their story will now be a few moments later, Nigeria will happen to them. I'm telling you. So, without further ado, let me bring you the testimony of this young girl from the Chibok. The Chibok girl. Let me, a minute. I'm not live, hello? Sister, I'm not live. Let's get it. All right. You know, what is happening now is that everywhere in this world right now, everywhere in this world, God is exposing Nigeria to the extent that there will be nothing good will be known or said about Nigeria anymore. You know, God is exposing Nigeria to the point that anybody that comes to say otherwise, or comes to promote or say good things about Nigeria, the people you are telling will just be looking at you. They will say, why is this guy lying? Does he think we don't know Nigeria? We know Nigeria. So nobody will be able to deceive anybody again in this world to tell them anything good about Nigeria. Listen to the testimony of one of the Chibok girls, victims.
Hello, my name is Joy Bishara and I am from Nigeria. On April 14, 2014, the Boko Haram terrorists came into my hometown, Chibok.
Please, I want you to take note of this little girl calling them Boko Haram terrorists. Boko Haram terrorists. But the Sultan of Sokoto, I will still play. I tell you, every day I will be exposing the Sultan of Sokoto. At the end of the day, the reason why you need to understand why I need to keep exposing the Sultan of Sokoto, because the Sultan of Sokoto, they consider him, or Britain consider him to be the father of Nigeria, the royal fathers of Nigeria. As far as Nigeria is concerned, they consider him to be the most important monarchy, or the most important monarch in Nigeria, Sultan of Sokoto. And he is a sponsor of Boko Haram. He is a supporter of Boko Haram. So let it not shock you. So that's the reason why I am playing this particular video, and I am wanting you to listen to this girl calling Boko Haram terrorists. Boko Haram terrorists. After he finish, I will play Sultan of Sokoto so that you will hear. Sultan of Sokoto cannot open his mouth and call Boko Haram terrorists. Because as far as he's concerned, they are not terrorists. They are good people. They are also fighting for their rights. Right. Even the army, Nigeria army general, they won't call Boko Haram terrorists. Okay? But Boko Haram is committing menace, destruction, killing, taking lives on daily basis in Nigeria. Okay? So pay attention.
Hello, my name is Joy Bishara and I am from Nigeria. On April 14, 2014, the Boko Haram terrorists came into my hometown, Chibok, at night while everyone was asleep. They were shooting guns while coming to our town. I was sleeping and haven't heard of it. My friend waked me up and said, "Joy, can't you hear what is going on?" I said, "No," and I went back to sleep. She said, "Get up, we cannot go to sleep. Something is wrong. The Boko Haram people are here." And she said, "Listen." And I listened to the voices and I can hear them shouting and shooting guns outside. I'm like, "What's going on?" She's like, "The Boko Haram terrorists are here." And we were all freaked out. We got up and we were praying for our families because I didn't grow up there, even though I was born there. So I just hear like stories that whenever they visit families, they kill like the men and then kidnap the women, or kill the men and then leave. So I was praying. We were all praying for our families to get to a safe place because they were all around the town. And while we were deciding on what to do, we were all like, some of us said we should just run out, and some of us said we should climb the walls and get out. But some of us said we are not allowed to leave the school, so we should just stay. We were still deciding on what to do, and a man just came in. We we all were scared, so we started to kind of run. And he's like, "No, you shouldn't run. I'm just here to protect all of you. So there is nothing wrong. I'm here to protect you from what is going on outside." We trusted him because the soldiers outside our gates used to come in whenever we scream or are scared, and then they make sure we go to bed. They take care of us before they go away. So we trusted him. We thought he was one of them. And he said we should all come in a circle. All of us were in a circle. And then he said, okay. Then a lot of them started coming into our school, into the dorm where we were all sleeping. They all came in because we were all in a circle and we have no chance to run. So when they started coming in a lot, that's when I realized, oh no, these are not the soldiers. Not all of them have uniforms, so they're not the soldiers. And it was too late to run because they were all around us with guns and bombs, so we cannot run. And so they said that they're here, they're the Boko Haram people we have been hearing about, and they're the ones who kill, who burn churches. So they're just telling us what they do, and they said if we do not cooperate.
Are you hearing it? Boko Haram told them that they are the ones who burn churches, that they are the ones who destroy places. In fact, you can now take note that Boko Haram confirmed to them that they are the ones who burn churches. This is for those who have been defending terrorists, Boko Haram, that they are not going after churches, that they are not particular. Tell me, why are they explaining to the girls that they are the ones who burn churches? Okay? I want her to repeat it again.
Because they were all around us with guns and bombs, so we cannot run. And so they said that they're here, they're the Boko Haram people we have been hearing about, and they're the ones who kill, who burn churches. So they're the Boko Haram people we have been hearing about, and they're the ones who kill, who burn churches. So they're the Boko Haram people we have been hearing about, and they're the ones who kill, who burn churches. So they're just telling us what they do, and they say if we do not cooperate, same thing is going to happen to us. And we were all scared, crying. Some of us are like praying, and they said we have to tell them where the engine of making block is, like engine making machine. So block making machine. That was what they asked us, but we don't know where it is. So we told them we do not know. They thought we were lying, and they asked two girls to stand up among us. So they thought the two girls will tell them the truth because we were in a group. They thought we were lying to them, but the two girls, they repeat what we said. They said they didn't know where it is, and no one knows. So they're like, okay, if the government sent things to the school, then where does it go? And all we know was the food for the girls, which is the kitchen store. And two girls took them there. They opened the store and started getting the foods out to take with them. They're putting it in their own trucks, and when some of them are still with us in the dorms, and they ask us to start to follow them. We were coming out with them, and the schools were burning. We're all on fire, and the fires were like almost touching us. So we were helping each other pass through it. And when we went to the gate, they asked us to sit down, and we all sat down. They burned the schools. We couldn't see any teachers because they do not have mercy. They don't have mercy on anyone. So all the teachers ran away. There is no teachers in the school, and the gate man wasn't there either. And the soldiers that were outside the gate were not there too. So they have strong weapons that even the soldiers doesn't. So they cannot stand to fight them. They all ran away as well. So, and while we were sitting in front of the gate, they were burning the school, the offices. They burned every single building in the school. And then they came to us, and one of the leaders said they should go and get trucks. And my own thought was like, okay, since they don't kill women, then they're gonna let us go if they're done doing whatever they're doing. So, and then they asked us to start going out. We all walked out, and they're showing our direction for us to go to. And I'm like, okay, are they not letting us go? In my heart, I was like, okay, they're taking us away since they're pointing a direction for us to follow. And all of us went with them. They asked us to sit under a tree, and we all, some of them said we should kneel down, some of them said, no, it's okay, we should just sit down. And the rest went and brought like 3 trucks, huge trucks that we all, like they said, we should say our last prayer, they're going to kill us all. So some of us are crying, we were praying, and I have my friend beside me, who waked me up. We were together all that while, and she's like, let's just pray that they change their mind, because I do not want to die. I want to go continue my studying. And in that hostel, in our dorms, they told us never to go to school again. And because they said never to go to school again, my own thought was, okay, they're going to let us go then still, since they don't want us to go back to school. But it wasn't like that. They were taking us away. We helped each other in order to climb the truck. There was a small-sized women car that we have to climb in order to enter the truck, because it was really tall and huge. So we helped each other. They said, if you want to die, you go to the left, and if you want to leave, you go into the truck. So no one wants to die. Everyone was trying to go into the truck, and all of us climbed the trucks. The truck started moving, and while I was in that car, I was like, is this the end of all my struggling, like studying in school, dreaming of becoming a doctor? Is this where it is going to end?
Are you imagining the kind of trauma they put these young girls through? These are the daredevil terrorists that the Sultan of Sokoto is supporting. These are the daredevil terrorists that Sheikh Gumi is supporting. These are the daredevil terrorists that the Nigeria army are recruiting back into the army, and are telling you that they can become presidents. Look at the kind of fear. Oh my God.
My hopes were like, I gave up. I'm like, okay, if this is what God wants, then it's okay. But then at the end, in that same truck, I was like, I prayed and asked God to please save me and to please let me see my families again. I do not want to go with those people. And to my surprise, something got into me and said, you should jump out. And like, I looked down at the truck was still moving. I looked down, and it was, the truck is, when you look down, it's scary because the trucks move and the truck is still tall. So I'm like, no way, I'm not gonna make it. So at the end, I said, okay, it doesn't matter if I'm gonna make it or not, I'm going to jump up. If I die here, it's better for my family to find my corpse and then go with those people and then know what they're going to do with me. So I'm like, I'm going to jump out no matter what. So I convinced my friend, because she wasn't going to do it. She knows if they see her, they're going to shoot us. So she's like, they're going to kill us. I'm not going to risk it. I'm like, it's okay, let's do it. It's fine. We better die than go with them. So she's like, okay, sure. And we jumped out, but we ran. When I jumped out, I fell with my stomach. So I got up and started running to the bush. When she saw that, okay, I was okay, so she jumped out as well. And then, but we ran through different directions. We didn't got home together. While I was running in the bush, I met 2 of my classmates who also jumped out. I screamed because I thought they were the Boko Haram people who came to get me back. So we continued running together. From there, while we were running for hours and hours, we didn't sleep, and a motorcycle man was passing by, and we asked him to please take us home. He said he's not going to take us home without knowing who we are. So we said, okay. We didn't trust from that time on, we didn't trust anyone. We didn't want to tell him who we are because we are scared. We didn't trust him. So I'm like, no, we shouldn't tell him who we are. Some of us said we have to tell him in order for him to help us. We need help. We cannot continue running like this. Our feet are all bloody because the bush was a thorny bush. So it scratched our skin and everything. And they're like, we have to get help. So we gave up at the end. We told him who we are. And he's like, yeah, sure, why not? So he took us back to Chibok. And while we went back to Chibok, parents from the schools went to the school and look, there are no students, and everyone is crying, where are the students? When they saw us, they gathered around, where are the rest of the girls? We're like, we jumped out of the truck, we don't know. Some of them jump out as well, so I don't know if your kids are in it, if your daughter is in it, but we don't know, so they might get back. So be patient, and we just comfort them, everyone is crying. While I went home, my mom was as well crying, like I am dead. So my neighbors were there for her, comforting her and everything. And two congresswomen from the United States, Congress Wilson and Joyce, they went to Nigeria to hear the story from us because they have been hearing like a little bit of the story. They don't know the complete story. So they went to Nigeria to hear from the students who escaped. And that was how she looks for a scholarship here for us to continue our studies. And I didn't want it to continue studying because of what they said at that time. But when I was accepted in Grundy, Virginia, I'm like, okay, I want to become a doctor, save lives. Then if I do not go to school, that is not going to be possible. So I have to go to school. I'm thinking of making that decision while I'm still thinking that the voice that says, do not go to school, or else wherever you go, do not think you're safe. We're going to get you. So that voice is still there, and I'm still deciding. I'm like, okay, fine. I'm going to go to school no matter what. So I'm not giving up my dreams. I'm going. And that was how I made the decision of coming here to continue my study. My own prayers and hope is like for schools to be protected and for students not to go through what I went through because it wasn't a good experience, and no student will want to go. I will never want to repeat that horrible experience, so I do not want any student to go through that same experience. And
that is the experience a lot of young girls are still going through today in Nigeria. The same experience. And why it is heartbreaking is the government of Nigeria are aware. They know these people doing these things and they are not going after them. Rather, they are going after the people exposing these terrorists. That's it. You are going to hear a lot. Even right now, I'm telling you that with our eyes, we are seeing the collapse of this caliphate. In their Congress, in their parliament now, some of them are asking them to shut down the parliament because they can't keep quiet anymore. They are crying. They say, shut down this parliament. Why are we going to continue like this? It's happening in Nigeria right now. So Nigeria, for lives to be saved, Nigeria must be shut down. Nigeria must not continue. For lives to be saved, Nigeria must be broken. Yes, for lives to be saved. So let me allow her to finish. Then I'll play other videos.
The way that will happen is if schools are protected. So my own advice is the government needs to protect schools for students to go and study their careers and go out and just change the world, be involved. Without education, then we'll not even all be here. Like everyone has a good position because of an education. So why preventing other children of their own right? Like it's the right of every child to go to school. That's what I believe. So if schools are protected, if the government protects its people and the students are being protected and feel safe to study, then they will study their career and go out and be. If the schools are not protected, then many generations will lose will not be educated, which will not be good because no one will get a good position and no one will like be a leader. Because of educations, some of us got to be presidents, ambassadors, chairmen, and we just have good positions. Then why is it that we cannot protect other students to study? Another day we will not all be here. Then the young generations need to be in that same position in order to make the nations, to make the countries move on. So if we are not protected to study in a safe place, and then we are being attacked, killed, and by people who do not believe in study, in education, then all that dreams and hope and the dreams and hope of children studying and becoming something in the future to help the nations, then it will not be possible. So I advise that schools should be protected, and thank you so much for listening.
Oh, wow. All right. Let's see. I have a lot of videos. Let's see what we are going to show you. Okay. First and foremost, let me play you this one. You know, I was telling you about the evangelist, an evangelist that exposed the terrorist attack in Nasarawa was arrested. That news was brought to us by this other pastor, Apostle Michael Olowokere. Let's listen to Michael Olowokere.
Legit.
Let's listen to him. The pastor insert there in the video is a young pastor that was arrested by police for making a video to expose what was happening in Nasarawa State. Listen.
I have just been rightly informed that Evangelist Daniel Ukpo have been arrested by the Nigerian police force because of the video he posted about the incident that happened in the community in Nasarawa State. In Nasarawa State, where he was holding a crusade, where he was part of a team in a crusade, and then the Fulani herdsmen attacked that community. I've watched that video, I saw that video, and that video was real. It was legit. There was no photoshopping, there was no any kind of AI mixture. It was real. The situation was real. And the man only reported, the man of God only reported what was happening at that time. And because of this, the Nigerian police have arrested him. You see, we have become a useless society. This is why Donald Trump called us this is why Donald Trump called us a useless country. We are useless. This is what the Nigerian state has become.
Donald Trump called them a disgraced country. I know this pastor was looking for that word. What Donald Trump called Nigeria was a disgraced country. And before our eyes, we are seeing that disgrace. Yes, the disgrace of Nigeria.
This is why Donald Trump called us a useless country. We are useless. This is what the Nigerian state has become. The bandits, terrorists, every day are on TikTok. They're on TikTok doing videos. They're on TikTok sharing money, doing giveaway. They're on TikTok giving update on their location, doing things as though they're free. These are people that are causing mayhem, that are causing destruction of lives and properties every single day, causing pain to family. But not one have you gone to arrest. You have not seen those ones. The DSS, the NIA have not been able to use their apparatus, their intelligence apparatus to get them arrested, to arrest them, to destroy them, to convict them, to put them in their custody, to bring justice to all the families that come to know. But once it is a Christian, that is where the whole of your manhood will rise, because he's a Christian. We will not tolerate this. We demand the release of Evangelist Daniel Ukpo now. This injustice will not sustain. This injustice cannot be sustained. We demand the release of Evangelist Daniel Ukpo now. Please, every Nigerian, every man of God in this nation, I'm calling on you at this time. I'm calling on everyone at this time to rise up at this time. We cannot be silenced. We will not be silenced. You cannot be watching terrorists and bandits and criminals, people that are causing problems to Nigerians every single day, having a few days. They make calls, they are on TikTok, doing everything on social media. Not one of them have been arrested. But a man of God only gave an update on a situation where Fulani jihadists, Fulani terrorists attacked the community, and the man showed in the video, and you are quick to go and arrest him. We will not tolerate this. I call on every man of God, Inspector General of Police, we demand the release of Evangelist Ukpo now. The Director General, the Director of DSS, or all those security apparatus, we demand the release of Evangelist Ukpo now. What nonsense is this? How have we become such a lawless nation? How have we become such an unserious nation? How have we become a people that have no value? that celebrate mediocrity at every single instant. And people of worth, people of value. That man of God, I've watched his video where he has a free school for children in a village community. Not where you have not been able to see such a person to applaud them for their services to the nation and all their contribution to the society. No, the man has a free school. The man has a lot of activity that he does to support humanity and for the kingdom of God. But no, because he gave an update on an incident, you went to arrest him. We will not tolerate this. We call on every man of God in this nation. We call on the fathers of faith, the PFN, the CAN, to rise up and speak now. Evangelist Daniel Obo must not sleep in that cell today. He has been arrested for the past 12 hours. He must not sleep in that cell today.
Do you know one funny thing? This is our brother now that is speaking. They will be looking for how they will arrest him. This one now is exposing them now that they arrested another pastor. They will be looking, instead of them to even clean their dirty image. You know, they are rubbing more evil on themselves. They are rubbing more evil on themselves. Instead of them to think how they will even save themselves. Tell me, how will you go and be arresting somebody that is making video and showing the world that terrorism is on the increase? So that means all what you did was to lie. You lied to America that you are going to take care of the situation. In fact, how many of us are aware that these shameless people have signed a document with the USA that within the next 2 months, if they do not take care of this situation, that America will put their boots on the ground. So the reason why they are arresting people now, they don't even want people to talk about this terrorist attack. They don't want you to talk about it. So they just want to be using propaganda, lying up and down. And they forget that somebody like nnamdi Kanu, also locking him up in a prison with the life sentence on him, is another insult to injury. It's another big injury on them. You cannot clean your dirty image. You are disgraced already. So instead of you to look for a way out, you are making the case even worse for yourself. You see, before our eyes, Nigeria is going down, and Nigeria must go down before our eyes. Now let's listen.
Because such a useless people, what nonsense are we doing in this nation that we cannot speak anymore? You want to silence us? I call on every single agency that is responsible for this. Release Evangelist Daniel Obo now. Release him now. He must not sleep in that cell. The man must not sleep in that cell. Evangelist Daniel Obo must not sleep in that cell. President Tinubu, if you are seeing this, I know one way or the other this might get to you. Use your good office at this time to ensure that man never see me. That how can you be negotiating with terrorists every single day, paying ransom, government paying ransom to them every single time?
With good office, Tinubu does not have any good office. He should close his office and go back to his village. With good office, they are paying ransom to terrorists, and they are arresting an innocent pastor for speaking up.
To you, use your good office at this time to ensure that man never see me. That how can you be negotiating with terrorists every single day, paying ransom, government paying ransom to them every single time, and innocent citizens that are paying tax, law-abiding citizens are being oppressed and suppressed as every single instance. We will not be such a people. Release Evangelist Daniel Obo now. He must not sleep in that cell today.
Thank you for speaking up. It is good that you people are speaking up so that the world will continue to see the disgrace and shame of Nigeria. Okay, now, this is an American lady.
Abducted in Kwara.
Now, listen to what this American lady is telling Tinubu and his government.
I have a question for President Tinubu of Nigeria. How dare you? How dare you pat yourself on the back and take credit for the return of the schoolgirls abducted in Kebbi State, the return of the worshippers abducted in Kwara State, and the return of 50 out of over 200 missing students from the Catholic school in Niger State? How dare you? How dare you deceive Nigerians into thinking you took active military action to rescue and recover, with no evidence of kidnappers apprehended, terrorists arrested, or even armed terrorists shot on sight for trying to resist the rescue and recover mission? That's because there was no rescue and recovery mission. And there is none because you are busy negotiating and paying these bastards with Nigerian taxpayers' money. You walking embodiment of a political corpse.
What did she just say? What did she just call Tinubu? Walking embodiment of political corpse. Chineke Namle. Please listen to what she just called Tinubu.
You walking embodiment of a political corpse.
Hey!
How dare you gaslight Nigerians into thinking you're a competent commander-in-chief when you're absolutely nothing of the sort. The audacity to treat Nigerians as though, well, be grateful, I got the girls back, I got the students back, I got the people. No. That's your freaking job. Your job is to deliver security and justice. How can there possibly be security and justice for Nigerians when the very people who committed vile crimes, including murder and rape, are waltzing around Nigeria without fear of consequence and the effrontery to carry on committing his crimes with impunity? And the only reason Tinubu is keeping up the appearance of actively doing something is because of this racist imperialist fool Trump's threat to invade Nigeria. Because that would directly impact Tinubu's political ambition to be...
You know, this one is another, this is another idiot. He's calling Trump racist. This, no matter how, even Trump enemies also cannot even protect Nigeria. These ones are the Democrats in America. He's calling Trump a racist, and he's calling Trump's effort or attempt to come and defend Nigeria, he's calling it a racist, Trump and all what have you. Because this one is all those Kamala Harris people, all those gay right pride, all those shameless people. Even at that, the shame of Nigeria cannot be covered. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. I am telling you that Nigeria cannot be protected by any. Even the worst of the worst cannot protect Nigeria. Yes. So this one, even with her hatred of Trump, yet she cannot protect Nigeria. She cannot cover Nigeria because Nigeria, your shame is smelling everywhere. Just imagine. One enemy of Trump is still here bashing you. Let me see what she has to say, because my interest is that Nigeria is being bamboozled and destroyed. That's my own. So let's
president of Nigeria for another term, and definitely the pay packet of him and his political crony.
Yeah, I'm busy. That is life.
These people don't care about Nigerians, not Trump.
Shut up. I've had enough of you. Get out. You have finished your own. Now there's something you need to see here. The shame of Nigeria is still smelling in America. Come and see. With this cover up for genocide, come and see what Tinubu government went to do in America. They went to pay people to carry placards and be protesting that there is no genocide in Nigeria. But they never knew that some smart people will still go there to question the people carrying placard. And you know, Americans now, some of them, they know they fit hide. You know, once you give them, all these ones are hungry people in America. Once you give them money, they will speak. Now, come and see the shame of Nigeria on the streets of New York. Come and watch. Even me, self, gone at the shame.
So why?
Even me, I say, Nigeria, una shame, they shame me. Watch this particular video. You will see. It will shock you. Tinubu and APC, they have gone as far as going to America to pay people, to pay Americans, hungry Americans, to carry placard and protest in their favor and wear green, white, green. People that have never stepped their foot on Nigeria before, people that don't even know what is happening in Nigeria, they will just write placard and give them, and they will go on the streets and they are protesting for Nigeria. Oh my God. Huh? Okay. Come and watch, watch it for yourself.
Sir, do you mind I ask a few questions? Can I record you? All right. I just want to know what is going on today. Well, this is protesting for Nigeria.
Oh, for Nigeria.
Yeah.
For a stronger Nigeria. Say Nigerian Christian, not target of genocide or ethnic cleansing.
Are you seeing it? This guy is protesting for Nigeria, but he's not a Nigerian. Just listen to it. Listen to it. Let me just start it. Pay attention. I don't want to distract the guy doing the video. Just listen and pay attention. Listen.
Sir, do you mind I ask a few questions? Can I record you?
All right.
I just want to know what is going on today.
Well, this is protesting for Nigeria.
Oh, for Nigeria.
Yeah.
For a stronger Nigeria. Say Nigerian Christian, not target of genocide or ethnic cleansing. So what part of Nigeria are you?
I'm not.
You're not a Nigerian. So how then you're not a Nigerian and you're protesting for Nigeria?
Anybody's black. I protest with them.
Well, you know, when you got to protest with the information and the stuff that is happening.
No.
So how do you know that Nigerian Christians are not the target? How did you know that?
I don't know.
So why didn't you have the placard?
Did you hear him? He said, I don't know. How did you know that Nigerian Christians are not the target? He said, I don't know. This guy does not know what is happening in Nigeria. But Tinubu government have paid him. Bayo Onanuga and his team have paid them to wear Nigeria colors and be protesting in favor of Nigeria. Can you imagine that? They asked him, how did you know? He said, I don't know. Listen to him again.
You got to protest with the information and the stuff that is happening.
No.
So how do you know that Nigerian Christians are not the target? How did you know that?
I don't know.
So why didn't you have the placard?
Oh, look, I'm going to tell you something. Me, I protest for anybody. I help a lot of people.
So you were paid to do this?
Yeah.
Or you were paid to do this?
Yeah, I just joined in with everybody.
Because you did not know.
Black, white.
No, I understand. It is good to support brothers, to support the culture, but also it is also good to protest and pass the right information, right?
It's a lot of information going out here. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people twist a lot of things up.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure.
But you got to do a little bit digging.
However, you know what I'm saying? I'm just here to help everybody out.
I understand that. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. You're doing what they ask you to do.
Yeah.
At least you're paid to do this, and you're doing what you get paid for.
No, it's not about pay. You know what I'm saying? It's just about helping people out.
I understand, but they gave you the wrong information, though. I'm just trying to help to bring you out. We all are from Africa. So when they give an information that is not correct,
I don't know what was correct. All I was told that they needed me for their assistance.
for this. Who was that bring you people here?
I got a bunch of little kids over there in the Bronx.
In the Bronx.
They asked me, yo, Tone, will you go over there and help us out? You know what I'm saying? So I
He said he doesn't know. They just told them to come and help out. I don't know. I think this thing, there's a time this thing happened before. Is this a recent one? I don't know if this is a very recent one, but I've seen this kind of a video before. I don't know if this is that one or if this is a new one. You know, these are the kind of games Nigeria government play. You know, I think this is the same kind of thing that happened during the time of, during the days of Good Luck Jonathan or whatever. They played the same kind of game. People from the Bronx, they brought them out, they gave them money, they came and started protesting in favor of Nigerian government as against those that are really, being affected back home. I just saw this video today. I don't know if this is a very recent one or whether it is the same old stuff, but it is just the same kind of game that Nigeria government plays to pay people to come and protect and give the Nigeria government a good image. Somebody said this is recent. This one is recent. Okay. But I know this kind of a thing have happened before. Hey, God. You can see that Nigeria will never change. Oh. Nigeria can never change. It can never get better in Nigeria. You see, Nigeria can never be better. So this kind of game, they've played it before, even during the time of Buhari. I think the time of Buhari, they played it before. Now they are doing it again. They won't stop. They just won't stop. So nothing will ever get better in Nigeria. Okay, let me play the video to the end. Let's see.
Decide to go over there and help them out.
No problem. Thank you very much. I just wanted to know what is going on. Thank you. All right. Sir, good day. Is it okay if I talk to you on the camera?
I'm really not supposed to do that. The guy is, he's in charge.
Okay, he don't want.
No, I don't think this is a recent one. I don't think this is a recent one. This is during the days when they had during the time of COVID. I can see them with mask. They're using mask. This is what they did in the past. This is the time of COVID. Look at the mask they are wearing there. Look at the mask they are wearing there. Anyway, let's see another video. They keep bringing up. Let me see the write-up they have here. Now, wow, the more they hide this Christian genocide, the more it exposes itself. I don't know. We have carried this, our bad character of renting mercenaries outside the shores of this land. Is it $50 per person to do this job? Life hard, oh, Jackpot no easy, oh, American homeless, too, must chop, oh, anywhere belly face, man cannot come and die. The truth is the truth. We cannot lie against the truth. Excuses is not what we need. Tinubu just secure Nigeria and start sending actors. Anyway, now I want to play this one. This is what is happening. This is what's happening at their own parliament. Listen,
If we are
come and listen to what is happening at the parliament, at the red chambers. This is at the red chambers of the Nigeria government parliament. Now listen to this. It's not getting easy. Now let's watch.
very happy and sad at the same time. Happy in the sense that the 24 girls from MAGA in my own constituency that were abducted have been released and they are all safe and healthy.
This one is happy that the 24 girls that were kidnapped in his own area have been released. Let's hear what he had to say after these girls were released.
That were abducted have been released and they are all safe and healthy. They have not been molested. But distinguished Senate President and colleague, we must search our minds. As we keep saying, sir, we know who these bandits are.
Are you hearing him? This is a senator that is speaking. He called upon his colleagues. Let me take it back a little bit. Let's hear him.
Have been released and they are all safe and healthy. They have not been molested. But distinguished Senate President and colleague, we must search our minds. As we keep saying, sir, we know who these bandits are. We know where they are. We know what they want. What is left for us to conclude? If we are going to do negotiation, do it and finish it. If we are going to fight, we'll fight it to the finish. What is the big deal? We know everything. Why are we covering? Why are we covering all these things? Why are we covering all these things? And I want to align myself with distinguished Senator Abaribe. Sir, the issue that must take precedence is who withdrew the soldiers from MAGA primary school, on whose instruction. The world want to know, Nigerians want to know, we that is particularly affected, we want to know, sir. Because if we don't get to the bottom of this incident will be repeating itself. Thank you very much, the Senate President.
Are you guys listening? This is happening in the Senate chambers. This is a senator. A senator is challenging the Senate president. He said, we know who these bandits are. We know where they are. We know what they want. And there's something that is shocking me here. Did you hear what he said? He said, if we want to negotiate, we know what they want. Let us negotiate once and for all. If we want to finish them, let us finish them once and for all. For him, he doesn't care. He's a senator. If it is for negotiation, he doesn't care, as long as he remains a senator. It is to finish them for him. He doesn't care. So whichever way the government want to do it, either to negotiate with the bandits and give them what they want, or to finish off the bandits and put an end to it. He said, we know everything. Why are we covering up? Hello? Are you guys hearing it? These are senators. And then there is something that Abaribe said. Abaribe stood his ground earlier. This shameless Abaribe, whose brother was convicted and sent to a prison in Sokoto. Fine. He is also concerned about who is the person that withdrew the soldiers, because they said that a command was given to withdraw soldiers. The soldiers that was guiding that area was withdrawn. And the moment the soldiers were withdrawn, because an order came, the attack took place and the attack was successful. Now, Abaribe was asking who withdrew the soldiers, that they want to know. And this other senator is still insisting and saying, I am standing with Abaribe. The whole world wants to know who withdrew the soldiers. Now they are asking questions inside their red chambers. But do you know what will happen? Up till now, they have not said anything. Do you think they will say anything? I don't think so. Remember, Tinubu said he knows the people that are in charge of the terrorists, that he will not do anything, because if he decides to do something, that they might even kill him. So now everything is coming out, and before our eyes, before our very eyes, Nigeria is collapsing. The British Empire in Nigeria is collapsing. The Caliphate Empire in Nigeria is collapsing. How many days ago did they sentence nnamdi Kanu to life imprisonment? It's not even up to 1 week. Today is 26th. It was on the 20th. Not up to 1 week. I want to play that thing again from the top. Listen to what the senator is saying. Listen to what he's saying. He said, we know who these people are. We know what they want. Why are we covering up? So that is for you to know. These people know everything. Even our Southeast senators, governors, they know everything. Do you know that Abaribe and these people, they are all friends? All these people, they know themselves. They meet in their caucuses. They discuss one after the other. All of them, they know within their Senate there, they know who is in charge of terrorism. They know that Shetima is a terrorist sympathizer. They know that the Sultan of Sokoto is the one in charge of Boko Haram. They know. But they are not talking. Now, they are now pushing themselves to talk. And I never hear everything. No. There are so many videos I have tonight to play. Let me play this one again. Then we'll go to another video. Let's play it again.
Very happy and sad at the same time. Happy in the sense that the 24 girls from Maga in my own constituency that were abducted have been released and they are all safe and healthy. They have not been molested. But distinguished Senate President and colleague, we must search our minds. As we must search our minds. As we keep saying, sir, we know who these bandits are. We know where they are. We know what they want. What is left for us to conclude? If we are going to do negotiation, do it and finish it. If we are going to fight, we'll fight it to the finish. What is the big deal? We know everything. Why are we covering? Why are we covering all these things? Why are we covering all these things? And I want to align myself with distinguished Senator Abaribe. Sir, the issue that must take precedence is who withdrew the soldiers from Maga Primary School, on whose instruction. The world want to know Nigerians want to know. We that is particularly affected, we want to know, sir. Because if we don't get to the bottom of this incident will be repeating itself. Thank you very much, the Senate President.
They didn't even wait for him to finish. They did not even wait for him to finish. The guy is exposing too much. They knock table for him. Mbagam, keep quiet. You are talking too much. Nigeria, until law. Nigeria, going, gone. It is sweet view. I tell you true. It is sweet my belly. Hey, okay, let us go and see another video. Let us see another video. Ide Shele. Okay, is it the same man that spoke that time? Wait. No, this one is another house. Whether this one, okay, let's hear this one. Let's hear this one. This one is another. This one is the Green Chamber. I think okay, this one is House of Representatives. The other one you heard was from the House of Senate. Okay, all the whole house is catching fire. Okay, this one is House of Representatives. The thieves, the representatives. Let's hear what this one is crying about.
And I do not miss that word. They are always up to responsibility. The example was before the attack of Kuje prison. There was a report. Those who are supposed to implement neglected. The same thing happened now in Kebbi. There was a report, and the security council meeting was held at the state. At the end of the day, there was a directive, but an hour before the bandits struck in, the people on ground withdrew. This is what.
Are you hearing this thing? Are you hearing it? The same thing that they are saying in the Senate, they are also saying it in the House of Rep. Before the attack on Kuje prison, there was a report, there was an intel. Intel will come, but they will withdraw. Intel come. Those that are supposed to repair the attacks, they withdrew them. And then the attack was successful. The same thing happened in the recent one again. Intel came. Those that are supposed to repair the attack, they withdraw them. Who is responsible? They are asking questions now. Because there is fire on the mountain. Somebody say, there is fire on the mountain. Rah, 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 rah. Fire on the mountain. Rah, rah, rah. Is it nnamdi that is setting up this fire? Hey! You people don't know. By the time the finger of God, this one is just one finger. God is using one finger like this and poking Nigeria. Boom, 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 boom. If they do not respond, he will release another two fingers. Pim, 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 pim. They don't respond, he will release three fingers like this. Pam, 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 pam. They will still be dragging and they will be resisting. He will release four fingers. Pim, 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 pim. They will still be dragging. He will release five. If they drag, and they allow God to stand up from his throne and use his hands and his might and his heavy weight on Nigeria, you will understand that the man you are locking up in Sokoto prison is a prophet of the Most High God. You know, some of you don't even know what you are up against. You zoological animals, you don't know what you are up against. The mighty hand of God is risen up against your wickedness. And you think it's a joke? Continue. Continue. Let me start it from the top again. Listen up. Listen up.
And I do not miss that word. They are always up to responsibility. The example was before the attack of Kuje prison. There was a report. Those who are supposed to implement neglected. The same thing happened now in Kebbi. There was a report, and the security council meeting was held at the state. At the end of the day, there was a directive, but an hour before the bandits struck in, the people on ground withdrew. This is one other area that we must look into. There must be synergy, there must be collaboration between all our security agencies. Otherwise, it is going to be exercise in futility. And I have never seen a country like ours where you neglect the advice of your own intelligence. It's important that we take them serious. It's important. As far as I'm concerned, if we are taking the security intelligence reports seriously, the crisis in Plateau State and other places may not have taken place. The last is about our judicial system. Why will you arrest somebody with criminality, keep him, and he'll be there for 1, 2, 3 years, 10 years? There is no judgment. This we also have to look at. Is it about the laws? Is it about the provision in the Constitution? This is an area that we need to amend. Sir, I do not believe that we need to negotiate with criminals. I do not believe that there's need to allow those criminals outside for what is being done. We are seeing. Why will criminals come to town to a wedding with guns in convoy, and we have the security in this country?
Are you hearing what this man is saying? The man is telling them criminals come to wedding with guns. First of all, he told them that, look, how can you arrest somebody? You put him in prison for 10 years. You're holding somebody for 10 years, and you are not judging his matter. Or you are turning up and down, left, right, and center. Is it that we need to change the constitution? The man is asking them, maybe he's remembering the case of nnamdi Kanu. How did it drag so long until the time we now decided to judge him without the law? The man said, is it that we need to change the constitution? But let us know. He said, I don't agree that we need to negotiate with bandits. Now he's not coming up now to address this other. Which other issue is he talking about now? Now about the bandits that are attending wedding with guns. With guns, attending wedding with guns. Hey, they never see anything. Listen.
Those criminals outside for what is being done, we are seeing. Why will criminals come to town to a wedding with guns in convoy? And we have the security in this country. They cannot track them.
They can't track them. I
watched with nostalgia again. A small boy of not more than 10 years from Zamfara Osokoto who visited Bello Turji in his own enclave. The boy said he survived by leg to reach out to him, that he wanted to be in his own gang.
Are you hearing it? A boy of 10 years old trekked with foot to Turji's enclave. Turji is a bandit kingpin. A little boy trekked and went there and told him that he wanted to be among his gang. Daddy, Turji, you know how many times they have arrested this Turji? They left him and he's still roaming about, still kidnapping, he's still unaliving people, and he's still there, roaming freely. And then the young ones, the younger generation in that area, they are admiring Turji. They want to be like Turji. They want to be, that is in the north now, in northern Nigeria, the young ones that are growing up, they see the lucrative business of the lucrative job of terrorism or kidnapping or banditry is paying. So they are admiring the kingpins. They want to be like them. They want to be like the kingpin. This, you know,
more than 10 years from Zamfara Osokoto who visited Bello Turji in his own enclave. The boy said he survived by leg to reach out to him, that he wanted to be in his own gang. Came back. From that story alone is sufficient if we are serious and we are serious to use that boy to track and get to where those people are.
This man is saying that they need the small boy to use the small boy to track and know where Turji is. And this shameless man is not even asking them questions. Is it not the same Turji that was arrested several times and was released and was allowed to go? And he goes to town freely. You don't need to track him. He comes out. He comes to the city. He moves around. He attends to meetings. He grants interviews.
I believe some people are benefiting, and that's why they don't want this matter to end. If they're not benefiting, why are we not? We have excelled. We have done exceedingly well as far as the Nigerian Armed Forces is concerned. We have gone to Liberia and other countries, done well. come back to this country, I can tell you for free, sir. Before my cousin was killed, he came to me to say, I want to work, but they want to kill me.
So his own cousin was also killed. This man talking now, his cousin was killed by these people. And look at the way he's talking without being critical about his own explanation. Look at what he's saying. And he knows all these things. He knows that this government knows this thing. He knows that the government doesn't want to act on these things. And look at the way he's talking. He's even talking like somebody that doesn't have brain. You know, your own cousin was killed, and you are talking like this. Well, he's even trying more than others. At least he's even speaking. But the fact that he's even asking some silly questions or making some silly comments that they need the little boy of 10 years old to go and track Bello Truji that the government knows. Bello Truji that the government. I beg, I get more other videos to play. I beg, make I play this one.
Came to me to say, I want to work, but they want to kill me. Help me transfer. My colleagues will bear me with those who are in that formation. Help me transfer out of that place. There's nobody in Yobe and Borno that doesn't know, and that's why I want to thank Governor Zulum. He is somebody that is doing well. After his death, he has maintained the family, bought the house for the family, doing a lot for the family. There are very few who care about that. I said, I can tell you for free, sir. When he told me this, I said, my brother, take it as a call. He said, no, I want to do the work. This is what I subscribe to do. But they will kill me because there is sabotage. They send me on an errand to do the job. On the time, they asked him to go back again. And on his way, he was ambushed and he was killed. My younger brother that I mentioned came to me to say, transfer me, my sino. I want to leave this place. I said, I won't do that. Those who don't have people of...
So this idiot that is talking about, this man is a fool. He's the one that is encouraging the government that why is it that they don't work on the intel? People will come with intel and they will not do anything with the intel, and yet the actions will be taken. He's advising for intel. Now your own brother gave you intel. Your own brother gave you intel that they will kill him, that you should make him to be transferred from where he was working, that he doesn't want to work, that he wants to work, but that they will kill him if he continues to do the work there. And you ignored him. You refused to work on his intel. And at the end of the day, these same people that your brother was afraid of, they killed him. You see, even you shameless rep member, you couldn't even save your own brother. If you knew you could not transfer him, why didn't you stop him and send him out of that place? You didn't do it. If you couldn't do it, now you're advising other people to do what you yourself could not do for your own brother. Just imagine the kind of animals in the zoo.
I mentioned came to me to say, transfer me, my sino. I want to leave this place. I said, I won't do that. Those who don't have people of authority like me, what is their own position? He said, I want to do that. I've been to Liberia, I've been to other places, but these people will kill me because they are not supporting us. There's no equipment.
Okay, so I think his brother is part of those fighting this so-called insurgency. His own brother is among the army, the military. He couldn't transfer his brother from that place, and they killed his brother. They ambushed him and killed him. Now he's now saying, how about those that are not well placed like him? If his own brother, could cry for him to transfer, and yet he did not transfer that his brother died. He didn't help his brother. Now he's saying, if him that has such leg, his brother suffered that fate, how about those that don't have such opportunity? You see what is happening in Nigeria? I hope the international communities are watching this.
Okay. Barely 1 month after they kill him. The wife of this person, this is what I want to tell you, sir, came to me crying, don't make me a widow. They will kill your brother. I am saying there's serious collaboration and gap even within the...
He's even talking about the brother's wife came to meet him. Don't make me a widow. They will kill your brother. And they kill... In fact, this guy is just an idiot. I don't know why. Oh my God. Oh my God. I don't know. Now, listen to this. This is very important. I want to play this video. Listen to this video. Very, very important. How Nigerian Muslims conquered the Christians. How the Nigerian Muslims conquered the Christians. Talking about those Muslims in the north, how they were conquered, how the Muslims in the north were conquered. The same pattern is what they are trying to use in the West. Those of you in the West that have been ignoring us, that have been behaving as if we don't know what we're saying, thank God for Donald Trump that he has responded now. I want to listen to this analysis from this white guy. The same way they conquered northern Nigeria, the same way they have infiltrated America, they have infiltrated so many European countries, the same way they want to conquer you also. Listen to this video. Very, very important. Very important video. Listen.
Talk about sobering. Listen to this man break down how the Muslims in Nigeria slowly worked their way into Christian communities until it was time to strike. And that was the moment when they started to become the majority. Watch this.
What is playing out in Nigeria right now could be what would play out in America 30 years from now. To acknowledge how Islam has conquered every nation it's touched, it hasn't been by voluntary conversion. It has been done by the sword. It is not in their religion to assimilate to a culture in an area that you move into. You are commanded to dominate that culture and make everybody submit to you. So for people to say, there's a mosque going up in my backyard, let's celebrate it. No, no, no. That is a sign of them conquering your territory. That is how they view it. If they have a minority population, they have to be nice, play nice, and be quiet. But once they reach that threshold, the political threshold, is when the violence occurs. I get the same story from survivors in Nigeria. They say, the Fulani moved in, our kids played together, we did business together, everything was fine until the one day where even their neighbors partook in the attacks and then stole their property and took everything they had. Fulani have a saying in Nigeria: treat the Christian like a pet chicken. You raise the chicken, you feed the chicken, you pet the chicken, love the chicken until it's time to chop off its head.
For more content.
Are you hearing it? Treat the Christians like a pet chicken. That is the ideology of the Fulani. Some of you that are saying, we had Fulanis, we have been dealing with them, we have been living with them, we have been friends together, we work together, they were in our neighborhood together. They are treating you like a pet chicken. Because have you ever seen anybody that makes chicken pets? At least in Africa, we don't make chicken pets. You understand? In Africa, the Fulani are making you, Christians, like their pet chicken. They will train you, give you food, you'll be growing. The chicken will be coming every time. But the chicken does not know that you are training that chicken to grow fat, big enough to be eaten. Treat the Christians like a pet chicken. I want to play this video again. Listen to it. Pay attention and hear what they have done to you. What they have done to you. That is how they gain your trust, and then they enter you and they ruin you, they destroy you. Listen again.
Talk about sobering. Listen to this man break down how the Muslims in Nigeria slowly worked their way into Christian communities until it was time to strike. And that was the moment when they started to become the majority. Watch this.
What is playing out in Nigeria right now could be what would play out in America 30 years from now. To acknowledge how Islam has conquered every nation it's touched, it hasn't been by voluntary conversion. It has been done by the sword. It is not in their religion to assimilate to a culture in an area that you move into. You are commanded to dominate that culture and make everybody submit to you. So for people to say, there's a mosque going up in my backyard, let's celebrate it. No, no, no. That is a sign of them conquering your territory. That is how they view it. If they have a minority population, they have to be nice, play nice, and be quiet. But once they reach that threshold, the political threshold, is when the violence occurs. I get the same story from survivors in Nigeria. They say, the Fulani moved in, our kids played together, we did business together, everything was fine until the one day where even their neighbors partook in the attacks and then stole their property and took everything they had. Fulani have a saying in Nigeria: treat the Christian like a pet chicken. You raise the chicken, you feed the chicken, you pet the chicken, love the chicken until it's time to chop off its head.
For more content to help you with your Christian walk, be sure to follow, like, and subscribe.
Thank you. I'm sure that made sense now. Let me see. Okay, let's play this video. Oh my God, there's so many videos. Come and listen to this. This one is at the Green Chamber again, the House of Rep. Let's play this.
The country is running in blood and tears. You cannot go, the farmers cannot go to farm. Our traders cannot go to market. Worshippers cannot go to mosque, cannot go to churches. Then what are you legislating here? Mr. Speaker, if the government is not prepared to actually do the right thing that will protect the lives and property of our people, I urge on you, I urge on this honorable house, as a house of the people of Nigeria, to stand up to pay the supreme cost. And that is no more than to shut this house down and to call an emergency on any legislative issue and wait until the right thing is taken by the government of the day. The responsibility of security, Mr. Speaker, of course, by the constitutional provisions, it is a sole responsibility, more of a sole responsibility to the center. I agree with whoever may say, of course, governors in the subnationals are also accountable and they must be held responsible for the security of lives and properties of their people. Mr. Speaker, I want to say that in virtually all of our constituencies, given the opportunity, everyone here can rise to tell you the account of what is happening. Mr. Speaker, it is not religious. Mr. Speaker, it is not even political. This fight and this menace of insecurity in Nigeria is something that does not have any identification of one's party or one's religion or one's tribe whatsoever. It is a calculated attempt to demoralize Nigerian state. And if care is not taken, Mr. Speaker, even for those of us who take politics more seriously, we'll have a very big question to answer at the end, because it is like this unnecessary insecurity going on. This is a high level of conspiracy targeting our political processes. As we are approaching 2027, Mr. Speaker, we will all be expected to have a peaceful conduct of our polls.
This one is still talking about 2027 with his Tinubu cap. Look at his cap. 2027. This is 2025. This bastard is thinking about 2027. And he said they should shut down the Senate, shut down the House, so that they will secure their, their government. So that they are thinking about 2027. And no fear.
Our political processes. As we are approaching 2027, Mr. Speaker, we will all be expected to have a peaceful conduct of our polls. How do you have that if our communities, local communities, are plunged into crisis, into banditry, into kidnappings in the churches?
So many people thought Hassan Doguwa spoke well. I also thought he spoke very well, until when he opened his mouth to remind us that politicians will always think about the next election. That was when everything fell apart for me, because how can Doguwa boldly tell us that Nigeria is running on blood and tears, and in the same breath start hinting about 2027 calculations? That right there is a Nigerian problem, because an average politician will always think about the next election. A nation is burning, families are grieving, hundreds are being kidnapped, and somehow, somewhere, our political class will always look for a way to make it about the next election instead of focusing on the solution only. You're already thinking about political permutations, because at this point, nobody should be talking about 2027 when a country is in crisis. You cannot declare that Nigeria is soaked in blood and tears and then turn around and remind the politicians that they should consider their electoral future, not the electoral value. That mindset is precisely why the country keeps spinning in circles, because every crisis becomes a campaign strategy. So this is the type of thinking that has held Nigeria hostage for decades. Leaders who fear losing power than losing lives. So
leaders who fear losing power than losing lives. That's exactly what Tinubu is going through right now. Tinubu is thinking about the power. He wants to consolidate his presidency. He wants to win again. He doesn't care about the lives that are going. Leaders who think about losing power than losing lives.
Held Nigeria hostage for decades. Leaders who fear losing power than losing lives. So if the government truly believes Nigeria is bleeding, the only conversation should be, how do we stop bleeding, not how do we maneuver 2027 election. So anyhow you see it, I will tell you, an average politician only considers the next election. So yes, he spoke well until he exposed his mindset that has destroyed this country for so long. Because somehow, somewhere, even in tragedy, the political class is still checking the scoreboard. Right now, this country shouldn't be talking about 2027, but what it has achieved in the space given. Nigeria is asking for rescue. It's the truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.
Ndewo, thank you very much. Let's see. Oh, Abaribe. Well, let's. This one is up to 5 minutes. Well, let's hear. Let her. I want her to analyze this Abaribe own. Let me see what she said in this.
South. The writer, George Orwell, made a very profound statement, which I will quote. He says that in times of universal deceit, telling the truth becomes a revolutionary act. We are being told every day to be patriotic. We are being told here that we shouldn't say anything against. We are being told that, oh, you shouldn't talk about the past. You should focus on the present. Yet, on this floor, rather than focus on what we're supposed to talk about, we go back to say, oh, during 2015, oh, the Chibok girls happened, and oh, we are now rescuing people. People were not rescued at that time. During Chibok, 17 local governments in Katsina were not having parleys with bandits. People in Kebbi were not leaving all the rural areas and coming to only the urban areas to stay. People in Niger were not being kidnapped. So why do we need to? At any time we need to talk about the present issues of today. We go back to start to look for excuse for our failures of today. I only want to say, let us do the right thing. We're not blaming this government for what they are finding itself, but it is the government in power, and they should do the right thing. What are the right things? We take only one example. The governor of Kebbi said that somebody ordered troops out and people were kidnapped. Till today, nobody in Nigeria knows what happened, and no question has been asked. And we are sitting down here as a parliament, and we turn and we talk. Yet, somebody is responsible. If I'm the commander-in-chief, I will call the army commander in that place and the head of the army and say, if you don't get me the head of this person, who withdrew the troops to put all these children in jeopardy? Then you make an example of him. That is how a country is run. A country is not run on pacification. A country is run on confronting issues. I rest my case.
A country is not run on pacification. A country is run on confronting issues. Senator Abariba, November 26, 2025. Somebody has finally been able to say what we've been screaming for years. Nigeria doesn't have a leadership problem of ignorance. Nigeria has a leadership problem of cowardice. Oh yes, let's be honest. Everybody knows the problem. Those in power know the root of our insecurity. They know when bandits operate. They know when checkpoints mysteriously disappear hours before attacks. They know how terrorists move hundreds across borders without resistance. They know the system is weak. They know the system is compromised, and in many places, deliberately sabotaged. But instead of confronting these issues head on, instead of taking responsibility, they try to pacify us. They try to throw light words at difficult problems. For years, we have been saying the same thing. Nobody wants to take responsibility. Nobody wants to say, this is what it is. This happened because we failed. Nobody wants to admit that the system is broken because powerful people benefit from the brokenness. And the citizens, of course, pay the price. So when Senator Abariba spoke, it wasn't a new revelation. It simply was the first time somebody inside the system said it out loud, what the entire country already knows. Nigeria is not suffering from mystery. Nigeria is suffering from refusal. Refusal to confront. Refusal to act. Refusal to call things by their names. And that is why insecurity continues to cycle, because you cannot solve a problem when you're afraid to confront it.
Yeah.
Today, one senator finally broke the silence. One person finally said, stop betting problems, stop massaging issues, confront it. And that's exactly what we've been saying all along. We don't need leaders who look away. We need leaders who look directly to the problem and take responsibility, because at this point, Nigeria is not short of knowledge. Nigeria knows the problem. Nigeria knows the truth. What we lack are people bold enough to act on that truth. People who will stop behaving like cowards and start governing with courage. A country is not run on pacification. A country is not run on fear. A country moves forward when its leaders confront issues boldly, honestly, and without compromise. At least now, someone inside the system has said it. Let's hope finally they find the courage to follow. It's a truth at a time. Take care and have a nice day.
Thank you very much. Now, it is not only Abaribe that has spoken about this withdrawal. Someone gave order to withdraw the troops. Who gave that order? The next thing that will be happening now, you will see Tinubu men gaslighting Abaribe. You see them. Thank God he's not the only one speaking about it. In the House of Rep, they are speaking about the same thing. You know? Yes. Thank God. Thank God. Nigeria can never survive this collapse. They can't. We can't survive it. It is going to go down, and it is happening in our own time. I have a video, and this is the last video, and then I'll call it a night. It is already getting late. I seriously want to play this video. Yeah. I remember very well that I'm yet to analyze the other video. Maybe you will do it in the morning. But this one is very, very important. I want us to play this video. It's very important. And we'll close with this one. All right, let's go.
Karin abubuwan da ni yi magana na faɗi haru dole ni ce shahararren dan ta'adda yana da bindiga ta guda 500 hannu ne jami'an tsaro sun haka shi ni faɗi an kai shi office din lamur da kaca da hannu ne shi wannan karamin ministan tsaro ya buga waya yace an kama yaro ne a sake shi yace da bindiga sama da 500 ina maimaitawa na in ba ku ji maganganu na suna nan.
This man is speaking in Hausa. He is speaking about the former governor of Zamfara State, Matawali. He is speaking everything he knows about that man. And now this our brother in the middle is going to explain it. Tinubu knows Matawale. Tinubu knows that Matawale is a terrorist. Tinubu knows very well that the former governor of Zamfara State is working with bandits. The condition they gave Tinubu was that Matawale must be the Minister of Defense and Shetima must be the Vice President. That is why Tinubu could not change the idea of Muslim ticket. These are people that are responsible for terrorism in Nigeria. The Sultan of Sokoto, the former governor of Zamfara State, Matawale, and the Vice President, who happened to be the former governor of Borno State, Shetima, and also the former Minister of Communication, Issa Pantami. There are many. Tinubu knows all the terrorists in his government. Tinubu knows the people that are responsible for all this crisis. He knows them. Even that shameless Bayo Onanuga, they know all these people. Now, this man is speaking. It is good that all these things are coming out. I want to see how long Tinubu will hide this thing. And I want to see the justification of convicting nnamdi Kanu. Conviction that a Fulani judge could not do. Now, they made sure they had to put pressure on that Tinubu, paid Omotosho to condemn and convict nnamdi Kanu, even without any law backing him up for that. Are you watching it? Nigeria is in a deep shit. Deep shit. The shit that Nigeria is inside is very deep. Oh. Nigeria is full of smell. Nobody can clean it up. Now, it is, Tinubu cannot even stop it. He can't stop it. The exposing of Nigeria now is too powerful. Not even Tinubu can stop it. The finger of God is at work. The God of nnamdi Kanu is working. This is the end of the road for Nigeria. This video is very important. Watch it. Please, those of you on the comment section, continue to hashtag or at Donald J. Trump, at the real Donald J. Trump for this particular video. Share it, share it, share it. Let it go viral. All the things happening now in Nigeria, we must continue to share it to make sure that the whole world is seeing it, because nothing will stop the end of Nigeria. Watch, and then we'll end it here. Let me start it. It's going to speak Hausa. It's a almost 3 minutes video, not up to 3 minutes. After this short Hausa speaking, those of you that understand Hausa will understand it. But do not worry. This young man there is going to explain it for us. So you are not going to miss anything, okay? Just relax.
Abubuwan da ni yi magana na faɗi haru dole ni ce shahararren dan ta'addana yana da bindiga ta guda 500 hannu ne jami'an tsaro sun haka shi ni faɗi an kai shi office din lamur da kaca da hannu ne shi wannan karamin ministan tsaro ya buga waya yace an kama yaro ne a sake shi yace da bindiga sama da 500 ina maimaitawa na in ba ku ji maganganu na suna nan ni abin da nika cewa duk wanda ka jin an yi mai ƙarya ko an yi ba daidai ba ya kai Murtala Bello kotu in Murtala Bello bai kawo hujja ga magana sai ba a faɗa ma duniya ƙarya ta kai kuma wani kashe kowa ƙarya don haka an ka ce to turu yaron ka ne ko yaro ne bashar yana nan rayu bai mutu ba hoto ne yanzu haka yana can lokacin lamar yana DIG ya zo ya bada hoto ne ya rubuta takarda cewa ya amshe shi a madadin matawallin Maradon.
While I want the international community to hear that a fearless cleric scholar by the name of Murtala is asserting and alleging and saying that the current state minister of defense of Bola Ahmed Tinubu is an accomplice to these bandits. That there were situations that one that was in possession of almost 500 arms was arrested under Murtala when he was the DIG of Special Investigation Bureau of the police, and this state minister of defense called that they arrested his boy, they should release him, and of which they did. And secondly,
are you hearing it? They arrested a man with weapons. With weapons. The man was arrested with what? Weapons. And the Minister of Defense, Matawale, called and said they arrested his boy, that they should release him. A man that was arrested with weapons, so he said they arrested his boy, that they should release him. Okay, watch.
This fearless Islamic cleric scholar is also alleging that this same state minister of defense, Matawale, bought cars for Bello Turji, the renowned bandit and terrorist that is a havoc in Nigeria today. That
remember, the same Bello Turji is the one I was telling you guys about. Bello Turji is the one that a little boy in Zamfara State, came all the way. A little boy, I think the boy came from Sokoto, whatever. That story that the other guy tried with his foot, went to the enclave of Turji, and then told him that I came all the way with foot. I want to join you. I want to be a bandit like you. I admire you. You are my Oga Baba. A young boy of 10 years old. He went on that journey and came back and reported it. It is this Turji that this Minister of Defense bought vehicles for. Vehicles. He bought vehicles for this Minister of Defense. Vehicles. Let me rewind it a little bit. I want this guy to really make these details clear.
Is also alleging that this same state minister of defense, Matawale, bought cars for Bello Turji, the renowned bandit and terrorist that is a havoc in Nigeria today. That this same minister sat on several occasions with him as well and gave him money. And Tinubu's government is not doing anything about this. This cleric scholar is alive. He has not been apprehended to actually prove whether what he's saying is wrong. And nobody has countered what he's saying is wrong. And in this same vein, the same Tinubu's government now is sending this same minister of defense that is alleged to do these things to go and address the same issue of insecurity in this region. So I want the world to be aware of how Tinubu's government is actually trying to address this issue of insurgency in Nigeria.
Are you seeing it? So it shows that Tinubu can never ever, will never ever fight insecurity in Nigeria. The will to fight insecurity is not there. He will not. He cannot. He will never do it. Do you understand? That's it. I don't know. I don't think there's any other thing we can see here because I've played all. And then this is another Ofemanu guy. I want us to watch this one. Just this last one. This is another, I think this is a Yoruba guy. Let's listen to this one and then maybe, because I actually shared all these videos to be part of my videos that I will play tonight. So this is the last one. Let's go this one.
I swear to God, sometimes I believe that our leaders think that we're a bunch of retards in this country called Nigeria. I mean, I'm reading Bayo Onanuga's comment where they were asking him how did they get those 38 children released. He said, oh, the DSS and the military just called the bandits and then the bandits just released them to them, that they didn't pay any ransom. I'm like, how can a thinking person say that to a nation if it's not that we are all mugus? They think we are retards. So all it takes is for government to just call the bandits on the phone and so yeah, release them now. And then the bandits will release them without any ransom, without any fight. So how come they still have anybody in custody? Why is Mr. President not on the phone every minute? Okay, bandits, you have kidnapped 10 people here. Oh yeah, release them now. And they will release. I mean, it's one thing for you to want to defend your government. I get that. That's Bayo Onanuga's job. But you don't have to treat us as if we are retarded. You don't have to treat us as if we can't even think. How can you say that? Oh, we didn't pay any ransom. We just called them and then they released them to us. Talent ambassador, no, who are you even talking to? Anyway, you blame Nigerians. I don't blame you guys. We have shown them that we are mugus. That's why I named Nigeria Muguland. Because sometimes we take some things in this nation that only mugus can take. At least respect a little bit of our intelligence. Tell us something else. Spin it differently. Don't tell me your DSS and your military gave them a call and then they released 38 people to you just like that without you paying anything. Then what are we talking about? If it is that easy for you to get some people out, how come you don't get everybody out? Mr. Bayo Onanuga, you need to do better. I have a lot of respect for you, but right now you are telling me I'm stupid, I cannot think, I'm senile, and I resent that. God damn it.
Do you see what I'm saying? A lot of people that respect Nigeria a lot. You see, the guy said, Bayo Onanuga, I have a lot of respect for you. All those that have respect for Nigeria, I bet you they will lose that respect. Nigeria will lose that respect. How can you respect Nigeria? How can you respect a country like Nigeria? How can you? You respect Nigeria? For what? Nigeria doesn't deserve respect. Nigeria deserves to be disgraced. And since you refused to speak the truth about Nigeria and expose her, God have decided to disgrace Nigeria by himself. And nothing can stop that. Okay? So I'm going to leave it here until I see you guys tomorrow morning. Please share this video and let it go viral. Airborne. Muchineke. Airborne. Let us pray.
onye bụ m na Chineke nna nke igwe biko dịka isi wee napụta ụmụ gị n'ọbụ n'Ijipt gocha wee wezuga ụmụ gị bụ ndị Biafra mgbe ekwensu bụ zuu nke mmadụ dị ndụ kere anyị wee na-aja gị mma na-asị gị n'ime ọnọdụ anyị anyị ga-ekele ha nsọ gị wee nye gị nsọpụrụ n'ụtụ na-eji ama mgbe niile n'ihi na anyị enweghị chi ọzọ ewezuga gị anyị nwe anyị anaghị efe arụsị ọbịa mere iji wee na-agọzi nsọmụkwụ anyị niile ọbịa mere ipob ji wee gbaa mgbọrọgwụ n'ụwa niile anyị anaghị atụ egwu mmadụ dị ndụ anyị wee na-eto gị eze ebube dị ngọzi sị gị biko gbatara anyị ọsọ enyemaka ọ bụ naanị gị bụ onye anyị refe nwa anyị akpụ isi ala nye ka i wee napụta ndị gị n'ọbụ nke ekwensu anyị wee na-enye gị ofe na nsọpụrụ na ija mma na-asị lekwa ka ndị iro anyị niile ka kasị wee baa ha ọnụ ha wee daa hapụghị ikonye ọzọ obodo ekwensu bụ zu ala nwekwa n'iyi eze ebube dị ngọzi anya ọnwa anyị bụ ụmụ gị wee na-akpọkwa ha nsọ gị na-asị na enweghị chi ọzọ egwezuga gị anyị wee na-aja gị mma wee na-eto gị na-asị onye kere ihe niile kere ka mana nwere onye kere na n'otuto niile na nsọpụrụ niile na ịja mma niile site n'ebighị mmadụ onye bi ka na-arịọ gị ise ise ise